IT Expo Miami 2009.
Hi, it's Eric Linask coming at you from the show floor at IT Expo in Miami. I'm here with Ingate's president, Steve Johnson. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Eric. How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's been an exciting 2 days so far. What do you think?
I think this is great. I think this is a real indication that this is a strong industry. I see a lot of people here. I understand that the show attendance is up 30%. It just shows how SIP and SIP trunking can really benefit a company and earn them a great return on investment, and we're really proud to be here.
Yeah, and I think it's a great sign that that in this economy, things are still moving along in our industry.
Absolutely.
But you mentioned SIP trunking and SIP. I know one of the things that happened again was your SIP trunking workshop was I think overflowing again.
We like that. We had standing room only all day yesterday, and we had to reconfigure the room to let more people in. So we're very, very happy about that, and very pleased to be working with TMC and all the work you've done to help us promote it.
And I hear it from you guys. I hear it from a lot of the other people that I talk to, whether it's webinars or phone calls or what have you. Everybody's talking about SIP trunking.
Yes, and I think the reason for that was outlined this morning in a seminar that we had that explored the return on investment directly with SIP trunking. And one of our customers outlined how they had gone through the process of selecting SIP trunking and what they had to do in their network to make it work beneficially for them. They spent nearly $400,000 on new equipment. They centralized their trunks into one location instead of about 40. And they were able to save a whopping 40% of their phone bill right from the start when they started up SIP trunking about a year ago. And they were able to recover that investment in less than 12 months. And they're extremely happy, all together with the cost, obviously, which was a real driving factor, but also with the quality of what they get and all of the other attributes of SIP trunking that go well beyond what you could get with a plain old telephony system.
You mentioned the ROI. Obviously, there's a very quick ROI when it comes to the enterprise or the business user. But you've got something different going on with carrier focus on your end now too.
Yes, we are. We now know that there are numbers of carriers that go from the regional Bell operating companies, the traditional Verizon, AT&T, Qwest type of firms, into the LECs and the CLECs and the cable companies and the internet telephony service providers. They're all now into this space, and we are talking with many, many of them. Our product, the Ingate product, offers them a real strong value proposition. Not only does it solve the NAT traversal issues and normalize the SIP traffic, giving them even more opportunity in the market, but it also becomes a demarcation point for them and a place where they can actually see the traffic, they can diagnose problems, and they can make corrections where they is appropriate. So we're seeing a great deal of new interest from the carrier side and a continued strong interest from our PBX vendor side and end customers as well.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that traditionally, that hasn't been something that the carriers have necessarily wanted to get into.
That's true, but now people in the carrier space are seeing that they need to have a demarcation point at the edge of their customer network for security, for the points that I mentioned, for demarcation. We heard from one of the carriers this morning that they used the Ingate to really thoroughly diagnose a problem that was reported to them overnight, and the customer was blaming all sorts of things. And they were able to demonstrate that the customer had made a significant change in their network during the day or night yesterday, all because they had the Ingate there to make that diagnosis. So customers in the carrier space are looking for that kind of edge device, and we, I think, bring a very powerful device to that market.
That's good to hear. And I know one of the other things that you're doing with us, in addition to everything at the show, is that you've actually got a SIP trunking community that you're sponsoring on TMCnet. How's that going for you?
That's going really well. I don't know the number of hits off the top of my head, but we get a lot of hits from that. We get a lot of leads from that. We try to make that a very instructive, informative way for people to know what's going on in SIP trunking as an extension of what we do here live in the seminars. In the upcoming months, I would ask your audience to look for new things on the SIP trunking community. We have been videotaping the sessions the last couple of days, and we expect to post those on the community at some point in the next week or so. And we're also going to videotape some new activities that we're doing and some bite-sized understanding chunks, knowledge base that we've been creating around SIP and SIP trunking. And we're hoping to, in March or April, get that up onto the community as well as another resource for people to turn to who are looking to get more familiar with what we're really talking about and not have to drink from a fire hose.
That's fantastic, and I know that all the content that gets up there on the community is a valuable resource for your existing customers and potential customers.
It is.
We've been talking here at IT Expo with Ingate's President Steve Johnson. Thanks for joining us again, Steve.
Thank you, Eric. It's nice. My pleasure.